The devil, the bane of human existence, the personification of evil, appearing in some form in almost every human religion and thought. The problem of evil is a touchstone of any religion. From our direct confrontation with evil results suffering, and thus endless questions about the meaning of life. And that's why all religions have to give a proper answer regarding the origins, nature, and end of evil. The general pattern in all Eastern religions, such as Buddhism and Hinduism, is to consider evil as the effect of spiritual ignorance. But in many ancient religions, pantheistic religions, and Judaeo-Christian religions, evil has a face. Anthropologists say that the story of religion starts with animism, the concept that all people, animals, plants, water, air, the world, and the heavens are all spiritual beings. Anthropologists state that it was a means for man to interpret and understand the meaning of life and the world around them. These ancients also often believed in evil spirits, often people who could not find rest in the afterlife, and spirits brought about by the disturbance of the natural order of things, which brought pain and was the cause of evil in the world. This system of belief still exists in some parts of the world, notably in Africa, and it led naturally to the pantheism found in ancient societies like those of Greece and Rome. And of course, it also led naturally to the Eastern spiritualist religions as well. In Eastern religions, the concept of animism led naturally to the concept that physical matter was bad and the spiritual was good. In these religions, pain is caused by attachment to the harsh physical world, and to truly gain power and perfection is to escape physical existence. Meanwhile, this animistic thought led to the concept that beings were the cause for all the pain and destruction in the world. In many ancient religions, such as the religions of the Aztecs, Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans, evil was explained through the imperfections of the gods and by gods of chaos and destruction who manifested evil. In many of these ancient religions, good and evil were at war with each other, and this of course led to dualistic religions such as Zoroastrianism, where good and evil oppose each other. Angara Mainyu, meaning evil spirit, attempts in Zoroastrianism to undermine God's creation by creating death and tempting mankind to sin. Anthropologists often state that modern religions owe Zoroastrianism for the concepts of heaven, hell, and Satan, but naturally, of course, Christians, Jews, and Muslims would not accept this view. And this brings us up to the Judaeo-Christian religions. Jews, Christians, and Muslims explain evil entering the world through the creation account, but all of them view the devil very differently. The word devil comes from the Greek word diablos, or slanderer or accuser, which is a translation of the Hebrew word Satan. Judaism has a pretty unclear view of the devil, and views in Judaism vary from just being a metaphor to being an opposer to God. Some Jews even think of Satan as being an agent of God, or even someone who acts as a courtroom prosecutor. Objection! The word Satan appears numerous times in the Hebrew Bible, but it is often unclear whether it is an evil spirit or an agent of God. For instance, in 2 Samuel 24:1, God tells David to have a census. And in 1 Chronicles 21:1, it says that Satan did it. In the book of Job, Satan speaks to God concerning Job and seems to be acting as devil's advocate, no pun intended. But it is clear that Satan is an evil force in other passages. for instance in 1 Kings 22, and in the book of Samuel in the form of an evil spirit harassing Saul. In Christianity, Satan is more clearly a fallen angel and an oppressor to God. The New Testament interprets passages of the Old and identifies the snake in the garden as being the devil. For instance, in Romans 16:20 and Revelations 12:9 and 22. Satan acts as an antagonist to Jesus, attempting to tempt him in the wilderness and ultimately leading to Jesus' death by inciting Judas to betray him. But in this instance, Satan is acting according to God's plan, possibly without knowing it. The devil in the end times will attempt one last rebellion, but will ultimately fail. The devil is sometimes called Lucifer, particularly when describing him as an angel before his fall. Although the reference in Isaiah 14:12 to Lucifer, or the son of the morning, is a reference to a Babylonian king, the New Testament allows for this, as it often adds second meanings to passages outside of their original context. For instance, Psalm 22, which was originally talking about King David, is interpreted to be about Jesus in the New Testament. In Islam, the devil is often known as Iblis, and Iblis also likely comes from the same root as the word devil, but Muslim scholars often link it to an Arabic word meaning without hope. Iblis is mentioned in the Quranic narrative about the creation of humanity. When God created Adam, he ordered the angels to prostrate themselves before him. All did, but Iblis refused and claimed to be superior to Adam out of pride. Therefore, pride, but also envy, became a sign of unbelief in Islam. Thereafter, Iblis was condemned to hell, but God granted him a request to lead humanity astray, knowing that the righteous would resist Iblis and his attempts to misguide them. To summarize, devils appear in many religions in the form of evil spirits or evil in general. Some religions use the devil as a metaphor for evil. Some religions believe evil is caused by the physical world and our attachment to it. Judaism has varied ideas about the devil, but usually identifies him as an evil spirit or a metaphor. Christianity and Islam both believe that Satan is a fallen angel or angelic creature who is guilty of pride. And in Christianity, the angel wanted to be as great as God, but in Islam, the angelic jinn wanted to be greater than man. So what are your thoughts on the topic of Satan? Do you know of any other religions where Satan exists? And just what are your thoughts in general? Leave your comments below, and thank you for tuning in to Well Actually. As a question. Thank you very much for asking. Tune in next time. Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the show, then please consider supporting the show with $2 or more on Patreon. This money goes a long way to helping the show run, and we really appreciate all the help